You're listening to the In the Can Show, the only movie show that's smarter than your average podcast.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Get the latest in film reviews from inthecan.net, preventing mind vomits by recommending only the best. Greetings, fellas. So, Seth MacFarlane, he gave us A Million Ways to Die in the West, but it turned out to be more of A Million Ways to Waste Your Time. You both saw it, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Well, then I guess you share my collective disappointment in it, so...
Yeah.
No, it's just... I thought it was okay. I thought it just didn't know what it wanted to be, you know? Like,
yeah.
I mean, what was the
There's
deal
a
with it?
mishmash
Was it
of all these different things.
It was like a Western, but not a Western. I don't know if it was trying to be like a new Blazing Saddles or something, but, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I think that...
And I mean, how fucking low does Doogie Howser want to stoop in his career? I mean...
I think that he has just made so much money off all of the How I Met Your Mothers and things like that he just doesn't care. He's just, well, if I get to do a song about a moustache, then that's just about, that'll be the top of my career.
Yeah.
Although it is a pretty admirable song, I'll say, from a bearded man myself.
Well, yes, that was one of the film's highlights.
But it was ridiculous, and it wasn't really thought out so well, was it?
No.
I think the one thing that sort of I didn't really understand was why was the language sort of like current day language? I mean, I know that they swore and they cursed and everything back in the Wild West, but
yes.
I mean, it's like, what were they trying to prove? I mean, it's not a Western. I mean, even though it's like a cliche of a Western, I'll give it that, like just in terms of story.
And the opening scene was shot really nice. It was like,
yeah, the
cool.
cinematography was pretty good.
Yeah, when was the last time you saw the credits at the beginning of a movie?
Yeah, I thought it was like, oh wow, classic Western. Here we go.
I debated whether I was checking my watch, whether I should check my watch or what's happening here.
But
There was someone in the cinema with us, right? They fucking loved that movie, man.
look, it had its laughs, didn't it? It did have its
No,
laughs.
but this guy was just like
This
over
guy
the
was
top.
laughing at
he was like
everything.
doing the ugly laugh, the pig laugh, snorting
Yes.
and
like
whatnot.
snorting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I think that it was funny enough. It's funnier than most of the shitty comedies that we've had to sit through recently.
But like most of these movies, I think the best bits were given away in the trailer.
Yeah, that's true. I'll
I
give
think
it that.
even the Doc Brown cameo was given away as well.
What was
I
up
didn't
with
actually
that
watch the
cameo?
trailer.
That was so
It's a
strange.
very Family Guy move. It's a very Family Guy.
Yeah.
They do. That's Seth MacFarlane does that shit all the time.
It's like, the thing is, I thought that I would have been more excited to see it, but it just kind of like, it just let me scratching my head. It's like, why did they even put it in there? It's
But
like,
that's what he does, and he's just like he'll have like the best part of one of the Family Guy episodes is that chicken fight, and
Yeah,
it just fucking came out of nowhere. And you're like, what the fuck's going on?
yeah, geez, and I don't know, I haven't watched Family Guy in a while, but I thought that the Django cameo was pretty cool. Where the white women at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That reminded me of Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
That exact line. So yeah. But no, it's. I just felt like it wasn't really advertised quite as well as Ted was. Ted was just everywhere.
Yes.
And Ted was actually really fucking funny. I have to say.
It was good, but the thing is that MacFarlane himself isn't a good lead man.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's too. How can I
Too
say it? It's like
disjointed.
it's intellectual, but in a very sort of pretentious way. It's
Yeah.
They mix up the ludicrous and the crass with the intellectual, and it doesn't quite sync.
because usually
Yeah.
They have those
comedy
fart
is,
jokes and all that.
usually
It's
his
just
comedy is
kind of
quite
lost.
funny, huh?
Yeah, no, he's good.
But this was more like Family Guy than even Ted was. I mean, usually I'd say that and it's a good thing,
Yeah.
but not this time. This
The
time,
worst of Family Guy.
it was like the forgettable Family Guy episodes that you don't ever watch again. That's
Yeah.
that was really it. And there weren't really a million ways to die in the West, so it's a lie. The title's a lie. Just letting everybody know.
Yeah, no, there were only a handful of deaths. I was expecting more.
They should have made it more like Zombieland, like with those deaths, you know, just throwing them in there, you know.
Yeah, it would have been cool. That's kind of what I was expecting.
No, same. I was also expecting that one, but
Should have gotten Edgar Wright to direct.
yeah. from our last podcast.
He's a competent director, though, McFarlane.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. He just not a great actor. Good voice actor. He does a couple of voices,
Yes.
but he's at best a supporting actor. At best,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's like a cameo role. That's
And I like the native Indian translation for Mila Kunis.
yeah. I think that was also another funny part. But the deaths themselves, I think it just went overboard. It was like, especially there was that one line where it's like people unite better over like shared hatred than over love, and it's like all that they're doing is just 2 hours of bitching and moaning about why they don't like to be where they are. You know, you could have done that in today's world. You know, you don't have to go to the Wild West to say how shitty it was. You can.
I think the funniest moment was actually at the beginning where they introduced the Miss America from 1990. And they picture that.
Yeah, that was very much like Ted. The with I think it was Patrick Stewart that was also.
Yes. And
like
he was also in here as well.
Let's just say it's the best comedy that's come out in a while, but you know you expect more from it. I mean, even with our low expectations, and they are monumentally low at this stage.
I wouldn't say it's the best in a while. I'm gonna I'm gonna leave it on the fence with that one.
Well,
What would be your
Um,
best in a while then?
no, I'm just gonna go with a blank right now because I can't. There has to be a film that was better than that.
so rather no comedy than kind of
Yeah.
okay-ish comedy.
Yeah.
You'd well,
When
I
you
can
say
just-
a while, do you mean like 2014?
I mean like in the past few months. Let's just say that.
Okay, that's like
Not a year for comedy, huh? Not a year for comedy.
No.
no.
The Lego movie was funny.
Yeah, that one was the best comedy.
Yeah, that was the best comedy of the year, and it wasn't. It was just an
Yeah.
animated kids movie.
And another notable mention, the Grand Budapest Hotel. That had some funny moments.
It had some funny
Genuinely
moments. Not strictly comedy. I think that Wes Anderson goes into his own genre.
He's like in his own category altogether.
Yeah, it's his movies are just so him that you can't even put them in a genre.
Yeah.
But I can tell you for one that I've seen a couple of comedies this year, and the last two that I've seen have been.
What
Well,
were they?
let's just say that I'd rather have like a goat piss smoothie instead of watching them again. So, Walk of Shame. You know, funny
Yes.
enough. Funny enough. That's
I haven't watched it yet.
but nothing to actually write home about. You know.
Mm.
The
Okay,
Other
but-
Woman. Horrible, female-centric comedy that just made no sense at all. I didn't buy the premise at all. And I think, you know, the only person... And this is the miracle here, is that Cameron Diaz is still selling tickets to movies.
Oh,
So-
wow.
That's because she was the headliner in that one.
Oh,
She
really?
I mean, she's got some city miles on her, but yeah, she's still putting asses in seats.
Well, unfortunately for Adam Sandler, you can't say the same. Apparently, he had a very, very disappointing weekend.
Finally,
Yeah,
one of his
finally.
crappy movies is getting what it deserves.
Yeah, and it was filmed in Johannesburg, hey?
Oh yeah, I think I saw something about
Sun
that.
City. It was partly
What was
filmed
it called
in
again?
Sun City. It's called
Blended.
Blended.
Yeah.
Him and Drew Barrymore.
No, it's and I think there was like Terry Crews in there, who's just, I don't know, he'll just do anything as long as somebody's offering him a
true.
job. So,
Yeah, but he's funny at least sometimes.
yeah, I think.
Ben Stiller's funny no times. I mean,
But-
he's just fucking boring.
I think that he can be funny.
Yeah,
I think he hasn't
that-
been on his game lately. You know, it's like not since Tropic Thunder.
Well, he was in that?
Ben
He wasn't
Stiller.
in that.
Are we talking about Ben
Okay.
Stiller or Adam Sandler? Who are we talking about
Adam
here?
Sandler.
Sorry, Adam Sandler.
wasn't-
Did I say Ben Stiller?
I thought that we were like skipping over to like a different person.
No, we were just talking about funny Jews.
Oh yeah. No, but Adam Sandler. No, seriously, it's I don't know why, but whatever he does, no matter how bad it is, people watch it. You know, and
Yeah.
it's like we had to sit through That's My Boy, which was not only terrible and unfunny, but also heavily offensive to anybody with like more than one brain cell, I suppose.
Yeah.
And
Shit
and
movie.
Jack and Jill, and
Which I never saw,
Grown-ups
thankfully.
too. The grown-ups movies.
oh yeah, and the Grown Ups movies. We didn't. That was this year's. I think it came out this year or late last year. Grown
Oh,
Ups
yeah.
too.
And you know what I hate is when people come up to me, and sometimes I'm ashamed to say it's people in my own family or extended family, and they say, "Oh, did you see this movie? It's so hilarious." And then I'm like, "Yeah, it's cuck."
Oh, God.
And then they look at me like,
What's wrong with you?
what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just enjoy good movies.
No, and especially when it's an Adam Sandler one. You know, I actually
Yeah.
found one person that thought that Jack and Jill was good. Guess what
Oh.
his name is?
Fuck, really?
Barry Wronger.
Don't lie.
All faith in humanity lost.
What?
I think he was this one single person. And you know, the funny thing with him is that whenever he likes a movie, people tend to bandwagon and like say, "Oh, I
That's-
liked it too."
Maybe that's why he retired, because he had enough money after that.
He sold out for an Adam Sandler movie. That's some pretty low standards. I don't think that I would even. But no, that's the single only person, and it's the one person you wouldn't expect. But I think that his sense of humor is a
Wow.
little bit bizarre because he actually enjoys the Medea movies as well. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, but may his career rest in peace. He no longer is writing for anybody or
Sure.
anything like that. But yeah, everybody has their time in the sun.
Yeah, no, people kept telling me how great this movie 47 is. I don't know if you've heard of that.
47.
Movie 43.
Oh,
or,
movie 43.
Oh,
Yes, movie 43.
Do not watch.
I
No,
haven't, and I won't.
I don't want to watch it, but like my cousin said to me, "Yo, you got to see it. This movie is freaking hilarious." And then, yeah, people just told me
But
it's just
they
a whole
build
bunch
it
of
up
fart
like that,
jokes.
yeah.
and-
Because
do
now
not-
you go in with a sort of an expectation, maybe, and then you know you're gonna get disappointed.
You do not want to watch movie 43. I can speak from personal experience. It scarred me.
Really?
I've been permanently scarred because of that movie. And do you know who did it? The Farrelly brothers. You know, they did Dumb and Dumber and all of that. They had their period as well where they were like churning out some great stuff. They
Yes.
sunk this low. I mean, I think they were directed by individual people. Like it's a
Yeah.
whole bunch of segments. And you know it's bad when one of the people directing the segments is Brett Ratner. So
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Well,
definitely.
The Rush
stop
Hour was good.
yeah, I know, but I mean, let's just take his recent sort of like
Okay.
everything post Rush Hour, like the first Rush Hour. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's offensive to the senses, to the mind, to any particular facet of your personality. Do not watch it. I think it was so bad that I didn't even give it a rating. That's how bad it was. It's not even worthy of a 0. So I didn't even give it 1. No, it's just shocking. You know, I don't know, you know, it's the state of comedy.
Hollywood is officially out of ideas.
It's just a
We're
joke.
getting a sequel to 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
In the first one, well, the reboot, they actually
Yeah.
make fun of themselves. But like they say, oh, Hollywood is just well, not what is it? Our bosses don't have any ideas anymore or something. So they put us in these rebooted nonsense anyway.
The most popular line from that movie, and often quoted amongst my friends, is finger popping each other's assholes. So what does that tell you about the state of society?
Oh boy, and that's a way to end the show. So stay tuned to next week's podcast to be continued on the In the Can show. If you enjoyed what we were talking about, remember to like our video, rate it, and of course subscribe so that you can catch the next episode every single Wednesday. If you're feeling a little bit chatty, you can always just hit us up on our social networks. We're available on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Tumblr, all the most popular of social networking areas. And of course, our website, inthecan.net. Until next week, stay tuned.